Peace. Quickly, think fast. Think of lower vibrational frequencies, or like, like the lower vibrational frequency ways of expressing ourselves, like the way that we express ourselves in a low vibrational manner, whether it be like, anger or sorrow or sadness, like, things that are on the negative pole, not necessarily bad, but just again, that negative polarity in essence. But you could think of it just as or in comparison to, like, like shit and burping and farting, excuse my strong diction. But where it's a release of energy, and even though it may stink on the way out, in essence, like, say for instance, being sad kind of, feels bad, or being angry could take us to, a certain little pace, or, but, it is a release, because, and again, it's no bad or good. Like, when we think about taking a shit, burping or fighting, it's nothing bad or good. I mean, from a moralistic standpoint, you could say, well, my diet probably haven't been healthy if I'm burping and farting a lot, or having a lot of bowel movements, but it's still nothing, good or bad, about it. It's just, again, some things benefit us, some things, don't, in essence. And you gotta release that energy. Like, think if all your shit got stopped up in you, and like, I think of a Method Man. Shout out to Wu-Tang Clan. It's on that, I don't know if it's the 36 Chambers album, where Method Man, they had a little skit, and Method Man was like, I'm excuse the vulgarness, like, I'm gonna sew your asshole shut and keep feeding you and feeding you and feeding you. But again, with that vibe, it's like you stopped up, so all that waste, even though somebody might say, oh man, your shit stink, like, when you do take a shit, or you do, pass gas, or, whether it's a burp or fart, you know what I'm saying, like, oh man, that stink, oh man, yeah, it may stink, for a little while, or whatever, but, it had to be released. This anger, this sadness, this sorrow, it may stink for a little while, but it has to be released, You have to, go through the motions of that energy and let it go, Like going through the motions of a bowel movement, the movement of the bowels, of the waste. Get that waste out of you, that wasted energy. That's why I always call, taking a shit, aka dropping them lower vibrations, dropping them lower frequencies off at the pool. you know, In fact, I actually got a video about that, using high vibrational crystals in the morning to help, how can I say, encourage, that waste to come out of us. Because, when we vibrating at a certain frequency, our body, that's why sometimes, like, we might eat certain things and it just got to come straight out of us, because it's vibrating on such a low frequency that our body, like, oh no, we cannot have this vibration for any longer. Like, this got to come out of, of this system, so and again, that's the same thing with certain, vibrations of emotions and things of that nature, where, even though it may be coming from the, the lower vibrational pole of the spectrum, or the negative aspect of the spectrum, it still needs to be, released nonetheless. Nothing wrong with, taking a shit. Of course, people might be like, damn, that stink, or this and that. But at the end of the day, you feel way better, after you had that bowel movement, after you even got rid of that repressed energy. That's how you get demons and repressed energy, by, holding on to waste, you know, because that's what that energy, that's energy. Let that go. You know what I'm saying? Drop that off in the toilet. Basically. But again, it's that direct correlation. Yeah, it may be of a lower vibration, but again, it's going through it and allowing for it to take its natural course. You know what I'm saying? Like pass through you. Compared to like where you feeling sad about somebody transitioning. Because hey, even though we know people don't die, they transition. Some of us, we still in that, we still got that connection to that bodysuit. You know what I'm saying? But realizing, yeah, that person may have transitioned, you know, but it's not about like, what I was gonna say. It may make you feel sad, but it's not about like trying to, well, let me fake be happy. It's like, nah. If you're feeling sad, then feel the sadness. Like, let it, flow through you. You know, it's just that, as you let it flow through, you don't keep it around. Again, I guess that would be the equivalent to trying to like not flushing the toilet, like taking a bunch of shits and not flushing the toilet, like letting it, pile up in essence. But basically it. But I'm about to get me something to eat. Speaking, passing things through. But peace. Happy now, of course. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now.